Hey and welcome to the daily Manchester United news show. Let's begin with our daily news. Erik Ten Hag speaks on Jadon Sancho playing from the number 10 role at Manchester United. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag has hinted that Jadon Sancho could be playing more regularly from the number 10 role after making his comeback to first team action. The England international started the season on a bright note, but his performances faded in October before he was dropped from the matchday squads by Ten Hag. The manager sent him on a special training program to the Netherlands during the winter break, and the forward is now ready to play after improving his physicality. Sancho made his first appearance since October in the 2-0 win over Nottingham Forest last night. The 22-year-old came on after the hour mark to play in the number 10 role, with Bruno Fernandes moving to the right wing. Ten Hag believes that could be a future position for him. Speaking after the game, he told ManUnited.com, "I thought it was great. The fans, they gave him love and I think he enjoyed it. He enjoyed it to be back on the pitch. I have seen in the last couple of weeks at Carrington smiling, and I hope he can keep the process going and have a huge contribution to the season. With Jadon, I know he can play as a number 10 as well. He can play as a winger, he can play as a number 10, but I think we mix it around often, and that's what I like. But the position has to be occupied. It's about that, and the players have to keep the discipline to do that, otherwise it's going to be a mess." Sancho has largely played in the wide attacking positions in his early career, but his limited top speed does not allow him to get past defenders more often in the Premier League. Hence, he has struggled to make regular goal contributions. However, his fortunes could change now that Ten Hag is considering him for the number 10 role. The England star is gifted with good dribbling skills and has the ability to pick out key passes. Playing in an attacking midfield role could bring the best out of him. Bruno Fernandes impressive as Man United beat Nottingham Forest and reached Carabao Cup final. Manchester United star Bruno Fernandes delivered an impressive performance on Wednesday night as the club sealed a 2-0 win over Nottingham Forest in the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. The Red Devils had a commanding 3-0 advantage from the first leg at City Ground, but manager Erik Ten Hag still picked a strong squad for the return meeting at Old Trafford yesterday. Fernandes has been almost ever present in the manager's plans, and the Portuguese produced another top display against Forest. He was awarded the man of the match for his efforts. Over 90 minutes, the 28-year-old had 82 touches with 52 accurate passes. He was influential in the final with 4 key passes while completing 100% of his long balls, 5 out of 5. Fernandes has not been making regular goal contributions for United this season, but he has still caught the eye with his distribution as well as the terrific work rate of the ball. United boss Erik Ten Hag firmly admires him for the same. The club have now progressed to the final of the Carabao Cup for the first time since 2017 when they won the trophy. They should start as favourites for the Wembley showdown on February 26, but it won't be a straightforward game against one of England's meanest defense in Newcastle United. The Magpies have conceded just 11 goals in 20 league outings this term and also played out a goalless draw at Old Trafford. Eddie Howe's side won't make it easy for the Red Devils. United will have to be at the top of their game to outclass the Tennysiders. Fernandes featured on the right wing in the second half yesterday as Jadon Sancho was handed the number 10 role. For now, United must focus on their league duties. They return to action on Saturday against Crystal Palace at home and will be aiming to avenge the late 1-1 draw at Selhurst Park in January. Manchester United players are aware of the club's trophy drought, says Tom Heaton. Manchester United's backup goalkeeper Tom Heaton has admitted the team is aware of the club's current trophy drought. The Red Devils defeated Nottingham Forest 2-0 yesterday in the second leg of the Carabao Cup to set up a final with Newcastle United at the Wembley Stadium. Tom Heaton, who started the game in place of David De Gea, admitted they are more than aware of the club's current trophy drought. Heaton told MUTV, "We are off to Wembley. that was the ambition tonight, and we had a good start last week, 3-0 away from home, so coming into tonight, we wanted to go out and win the game with another clean sheet, and we have done that. Everyone is looking forward to it. It's the first marker for us, the first final that comes around in the season, and to be back in one of those is fantastic. It's exactly where we want to be, and the aim tonight was to make it to the final. We are all aware of it, the trophy drought, and this football club is based on winning. To do that, you have to be in the final. When it comes around, I appreciate there are a lot of games before that. It will be a tough game, but one we will embrace. We have a real good feeling and we want to keep the momentum going. Manchester United haven't lifted a trophy since 2017 when they won the EFL Cup under Jose Mourinho. They now have made it to the final of the same competition and have a brilliant opportunity to win it. United will face Newcastle on 26 February, just 3 days after their Europa League clash with Barcelona. Meanwhile, the Magpies do not have any European commitments, and so they will get more time for rest before the final. Eddie Howe's side have also enjoyed an excellent campaign, and they are also very determined to end their trophy drought. Their last major trophy was way back in 1955 when they prevailed in the FA Cup. Man United confirmed Premier League game has been postponed after Carabao Cup result. Manchester United have confirmed that the Premier League game against Brentford on February 26 has been postponed after the club's progress to the Carabao Cup final. The Red Devils had a commanding 3-0 lead from the first leg of their Carabao Cup semi-final against Nottingham Forest. They booked their spot at Wembley last night with a 2-0 win. After the convincing 5-0 aggregate triumph, United will face Newcastle in the final on February 26, the same day as the Premier League clash against Brentford at Old Trafford. As a result, the Bees game has been postponed to a future date. The Premier League have a fixture dilemma on their hands at the moment, with United still alive in all competitions. They had to fit in the rescheduled Crystal Palace game at a short notice last month and offered an apology. The second rescheduled fixture against Leeds, however, was confirmed in advance. United will be playing the Yorkshire outfit at home on February 8, 4 days before the return game at Ellen Road. The Premier League are likely to face further postponement issues if United beat West Ham in the FA Cup 5th round. This would mean that the game at Brighton and Hove Albion on March 19 will be moved. United have been brilliant under Ten Hag in all competitions. The Dutch tactician has taken the cup matches seriously, picking strong starting lineups in almost every game at his disposal. The Red Devils have the chance to end a 6-year trophy drought by winning the Carabao Cup, but the manager will also have his sights on going all the way in the FA Cup as well as the Europa League. Luke Shaw makes a statement with post-match comments on Carabao Cup final. Luke Shaw returned to the Manchester United starting lineup for the Carabao Cup semi-final after shaking off an illness. Shaw had missed the first leg and then the FA Cup 4th round win over Reading. The defender had a comfortable night at the back against Nottingham Forest, with United winning 2-0 on the night and 5-0 on aggregate. Shaw was strong on the pitch, but it was his post-match comments which really resonated and showed an understanding of the situation. Luke Shaw had a solid night in defense for United, winning 1 tackle and winning 3 interceptions and 2 aerial duels. On the ball, Shaw managed to complete 97% of his passes, 65 of 67 attempts, and made 106 touches in total. After the game, Shaw gave an interview to Sky Sports, where he was not in a self-congratulatory mood, instead focusing on the job ahead. Shaw said, "I think there is no point going to a final if you don't win it. We want to get this club back to where it should be, which is winning trophies. Newcastle are an extremely good team, but it's a big moment for us in where we want to go." Shaw speaks as a player who understands the magnitude of the moment. He has had bad injury luck keeping him out of United's previous final success and misses during his time at the club. He missed United's last trip to Wembley, the FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea in 2020 due to an injury. He knows the journey United are on and what a huge moment it would be to win the trophy, but a defeat will turn it into a very unhappy day. Shaw is right to take nothing for granted. A very long 90 minutes, potentially plus extra time and penalties, will await. Speaking separately, Erik Ten Hag told the club website, "It's great, finals, you play them to win. It's not an achievement to come into a final, we want to win. First, we have other things to do and come back to the Premier League. I told the players as well, you have to bring it every game." Marcel Sabitzer sends message to Manchester United fans after Carabao Cup win. Manchester United new boy Marcel Sabitzer was at Old Trafford to watch the team's Carabao Cup semi-final win over Nottingham Forest. The deadline day edition was not paraded on the pitch. Instead, he had a more low-key night, sitting in the stands to watch the game. United won 2-0 with goals from Anthony Martial and Fred, making it a satisfying game for Sabitzer to watch. He have a chance of being involved later this month in the final against Newcastle, once he has bedded into the team. Sabitzer was seen in the director's box with fellow new signing Jack Butland, Brandon Williams, Scott McTominay, and Nathan Bishop also pictured. The Austrian sent a message on his Instagram story after the full-time whistle, saying hello to Manchester United fans. This was the first social media acknowledgement from Sabitzer on his move, with a few loose ends still to be tied up. United have not yet released pictures of Sabitzer in a United shirt yet, or announced his new squad number. Then, we hope to see him training with the first team. All of that should come within the next 24-28 hours. Manchester United would be looking to add a new goalkeeper, young midfielder and striker in the summer transfer window. According to Manchester United Evening News editor Samuel Luxhurst via Twitter, Manchester United would look to add a new goalkeeper, a young midfielder and a striker as the primary arrivals in the summer transfer window. Everyone could see that the team under Erik Ten Hag is taking shape, and there are huge signs of progression from the disastrous end of last season to halfway through the current season. Things look miles apart, adding to the fact that Ten Hag has had only one window to bring his targets, which is certainly not enough to bring a huge chunk of high-quality players. Still, the players that have been brought in are doing extremely well. While the club is undergoing the process of change of ownership, there was not much budget to work on for the manager in the January transfer window. It was said that only loan deals are a possibility to bring improvements to the current squad, and the recruitment team has done well to get in 3 players in Jack Butland, Wout Weghorst and Marcel Sabitzer. Nothing more than that could have been achieved with the restrictions at hand in the January transfer window, with many believing it to be the last transfer window under the Glazers family. The Glazers are actively looking to sell the club, and there are speculations of a full sale in the first financial quarter of 2023. Hence, new ownership would bring in additional funds needed to improve the squad, and it's imperative that a desired list of targets is made beforehand to make the job easier once the summer transfer window arrives. It was dreadful to watch our rivals spend big to strengthen their teams in the January transfer window, but with a new sense of optimism about the club, the coming summer transfer window does bring along certain excitement with it. I will be uploading daily Manchester United news show, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.